What if I told you that buried within your subconscious lies a forgotten technology, an ancient, intuitive art that can unlock hidden doors in your reality? A technique so powerful it has been disguised as superstition, ridiculed by skeptics, and protected by initiates who understood that true magic isn't found in wands or potions, but in focused desire, fused with symbol and secrecy. This is the world of sigil creation, a practice that takes your deepest intentions and encodes them into symbolic form, allowing them to bypass the noise of doubt and speak directly to the creative engine of the universe. It doesn't just whisper to fate, it commands it. But here's the truth. Most people get sigils wrong. They rush the process. They treat it like a wish list instead of a sacred rite. And then they wonder why nothing happens. In this video, you will learn what others won't tell you. You'll discover not just how to create a sigil, but how to activate it like a hidden key to reality itself. I'll reveal the ancient roots of this practice, the psychological mechanics that fuel it, and the real reason why it works, even if you don't believe in magic. And at the end of this journey, I will give you something that you won't find anywhere else, a rare, little-known technique used by advanced practitioners to amplify their sigils and create a chain reaction of synchronicities in their lives. It's something most books and videos leave out, intentionally. So if you're tired of vague affirmations and hollow manifestation rituals, and you're ready to touch the hidden currents beneath the surface of your life, then don't just watch this video, experience it from beginning to end. Because by the time we're done, you won't just know how to create sigils. You'll know how to move reality, historical and philosophical context. To understand the power of sigils, we must journey back, not just through centuries, but through layers of human consciousness where language, symbol, and spirit once moved as one. Long before the written word, our ancestors carved markings into cave walls, not simply to record, but to invoke. These were not doodles or decorations. They were the earliest whispers of intention, captured in lines and curves. The belief that a symbol could bridge the gap between thought and reality is not new. It is primordial. In the Western occult tradition, the modern concept of sigils finds its most explicit roots in the grimoires of ceremonial magic. The Key of Solomon, the Lemegeton, and the Ars Goetia are filled with elaborate symbols believed to summon angels, spirits, or demons. These were not random scribbles. They were energetic signatures, each one crafted with meticulous attention to geometry, intention, and cosmic alignment. But the true evolution of the sigil came much later, in the early 20th century, through a man named Austin Osman Spare, an artist, occultist, and rebel mystic who dared to cut through the dogma of ritual magic and reach for something far more radical: the subconscious itself. Spare believed that magic was not about elaborate robes or incense-laden invocations. It was about bypassing the conscious mind's defenses and planting a seed directly into the fertile soil of the unconscious. He created a method of sigilization that was shockingly simple, yet profoundly effective. It involved distilling a desire into a symbol, charging it with emotional energy, and then, here's the twist, forgetting it. This idea echoes the deeper principles found across mystical traditions. In Taoism, the more you grasp for the way, the more it slips through your fingers. In Hermeticism, as within, so without, your inner state creates your outer world. In Buddhism, attachment is the root of suffering, and so too, the magician must release their grip on desire for it to manifest. But what makes sigils truly powerful is not just their history. It's what they reveal about how consciousness shapes reality. Think of your conscious mind as the tip of an iceberg. Beneath it lies a vast ocean of unconscious power, habits, memories, emotional blueprints. This is the realm that actually runs your life. And it speaks not in words, but in symbols, dreams, archetypes. A sigil is a custom-made key designed by you to speak to that inner realm in its native tongue. When crafted and activated properly, it embeds itself like a code, hidden behind the curtain of awareness, quietly steering your actions, perceptions, and opportunities until the desire it represents becomes real. This is not metaphor. This is mechanics. Whether you believe in spirits or see the mind itself as the magician, the process is the same. You are shaping reality by shaping the symbols within you. So as we move forward, keep this in mind. Sigils are not superstitions. They are precision instruments, ancient technologies for hacking the matrix of the mind, and through it, the world. The mechanics of the hidden language. Now that we've walked the shadowed halls of history, it's time to bring this ancient wisdom into the light of your personal practice. But before you create your first sigil, you must understand the mechanics, the sacred anatomy of how and why it works. At its core, a sigil is a symbolic representation of intention, but not just any intention. It must be focused, personal, and energized with emotional charge. It is not enough to write, "I want more money," or "I hope I find love." The sigil does not respond to vague wishes. It responds to clarity and will. Let us break this into 3 key components. 1. Formulating the statement of intent. This is where the spell begins. Your intention must be present tense, I am confident, not I will be confident. Positive, state what you want, not what you're avoiding. Personal, it must be about you, not about controlling others. Think of it like tuning a radio dial. The clearer the signal, the more likely you are to reach the right frequency in the hidden machinery of the mind. Once the statement is clear, we condense it. This is where we leave the rational world behind and step into the realm of symbol. Traditionally, the process involves removing all repeating letters from your sentence, leaving you with a string of unique characters. For example, I am fearless and focused becomes I am verlost. Then, combine and stylize these letters into an abstract, unrecognizable form. What you're doing here is encrypting your desire, camouflaging it from the conscious mind, which tends to cling, analyze, and doubt. The conscious mind is like a guard dog, useful, but easily distracted and overly cautious. The sigil bypasses it and speaks straight to the unconscious. 2. Designing the sigil. This is where artistry and intuition take over. You are not just doodling, you are sculpting intention into symbol. Use curves, angles, spirals, intersecting lines. You can mirror letters, rotate them, stack them, shrink or stretch them. The final form should look like something ancient and alive, a mark from a forgotten language, whispered through dreams. There are no strict rules here, only one guiding principle. Once the symbol is complete, you should no longer consciously recognize the original sentence. Why? Because recognition invites the conscious mind to interfere. Doubt, impatience, expectation, these all weaken the signal. Obscuring the original phrase ensures that the sigil becomes a pure vessel of energy, free from mental clutter. 3. The power of the subconscious. Here lies the true engine of the work. Your subconscious is not a passive storehouse, it is an active, living force. It shapes your beliefs, your behavior, your perception, and it operates through association, imagery, and repetition. By implanting a sigil, a symbol born of intention, into the subconscious, you are creating a kind of mental software that runs silently in the background. It influences your choices, shifts your energy, and begins to align external circumstances with your internal desire. This is why sigils often produce results through what appear to be coincidences. A missed call that leads to a job offer. A strange urge to walk a different route that ends in a meaningful encounter. These are not accidents. These are the ripples of a hidden cause you initiated. But the process is not yet complete. Next, we will enter the most critical and often misunderstood phase, activation and release. This is where the sigil is given life and where its power either flourishes or fades. Activation, release, in the occult mind. Creating a sigil is only half the work. A symbol without charge is like a seed left on a table. It holds potential, but it will never grow. To bring your sigil to life, you must now plant it, not in the soil, but in the deep, fertile terrain of your subconscious. This is the phase of activation, where the symbol is infused with energy, and release, where it is cast into the void, free of conscious interference. 4. Charging the sigil. There are many ways to charge a sigil, and no single path is right for all. What matters is the presence of one crucial ingredient, heightened emotional or energetic intensity. You must enter a state where the veil between conscious and unconscious is thin, a moment when logic fades and feeling takes over. This state is often referred to in magical traditions as gnosis. Gnosis can be induced through meditation or trance, still the mind until the symbol is all that remains. Ecstatic movement, dance, breathwork, or ritualized action to raise energy. Orgasmic release. As controversial as it may sound, this method, championed by Austin Osman Spare, uses the explosive, altered state of orgasm to bypass the conscious mind entirely. Pain or intense sensation. Some traditions have used discomfort to sharpen focus, though this must be approached carefully and responsibly. In these moments, your attention becomes a laser. You gaze upon the sigil or imagine it vividly and flood it with energy. See it glowing, burning, pulsing. Let it feel alive. This is not imagination for entertainment. It is imagination as a force of creation. As you charge the sigil, do not think about the desire it represents. Feel it. Breathe it. Let it become one with you. This is the ritual. This is the transmutation of thought into power. 5. The art of forgetting, release and detachment. Once charged, the sigil must be released, and this is where most beginners falter. The magician's paradox is this: you must want something enough to cast a sigil for it, and then forget it entirely. This isn't passive hoping. It's a disciplined surrender. Why? Because the moment your conscious mind begins to obsess over the outcome, did it work? When will it happen? You strangle the magic. Doubt, worry, and obsession act like static in a signal. They clog the channel between the subconscious and the outer world. To counter this, some practitioners burn the sigil, bury it, flush it, or simply store it away and never look at it again. These are symbolic acts of letting go. The sigil leaves your hands and enters the void, into the unseen mechanics of fate, synchronicity, and unconscious influence. This is mirrored in Kabbalistic mysticism, where the divine creates through speech and then withdraws, allowing reality to unfold. It echoes in Zen Buddhism, where the archer must release the arrow without attachment to the target. And it lives in the Hermetic axiom: every cause has its effect, and every effect has its cause. 6. Time, manifestation, and the mystery of outcome. Once released, your sigil is active. The gears are turning behind the curtain. Sometimes the result is swift. Other times, it is delayed. Sometimes, the desire manifests in an unexpected form. The universe does not work like a vending machine. It works like a web. Your sigil tugs on that web, causing ripples in places you cannot yet see. Do not chase it. Instead, align your life with the intention it holds. If your sigil was for confidence, start walking like someone confident. If it was for creativity, begin writing, drawing, building. The sigil opens the door, but you must walk through it. Remember, this is not wishful thinking. This is directed transformation. Your sigil is not just pulling something toward you. It is reconstructing you from the inside out to match the world you wish to create. In the next section, we'll step fully into the practical, a complete walkthrough of the sigil process, variations to explore, and the pitfalls to avoid. Practical application: your first sigil, a guided ritual. Now that you understand the architecture of sigil magic, it's time to place your hands on the sacred tools. This is where theory becomes transformation. Here, you'll create your very first sigil or refine your practice if you've already begun. Follow this guided ritual carefully, and you'll not only craft a symbol, you'll awaken a dormant power within you. Step 1. Create the temple space. You don't need candles, incense, or ancient artifacts, but they do help. What matters is the intention of sacredness. You are crossing from the mundane into the magical. Find a quiet, undisturbed space. Dim the lights. Light a candle or incense if it helps you enter a deeper state. Turn off distractions. This is your time with the unseen. Let the air become thick with purpose. Step 2. Formulate your statement of intent. Sit with yourself. What do you truly desire, not from ego, but from the soul? Example intentions. I am free from anxiety. I attract creative opportunities. I embody calm and strength. Write your sentence in the present tense using positive, personal language. Make it real, not vague. This is your seed. Now, remove all repeating letters and condense it into a line of unique characters. Example: I am focused and fearless. I am focused now. Step 3. Construct the sigil. Take your condensed letters and begin weaving them into an abstract design. Allow intuition to guide your hand. There are no mistakes, only revelations. Stack letters. Rotate, mirror, stretch. Use spirals, sharp edges, or flowing curves. Draw until the sentence is lost and only the essence remains. It should look like something older than language. You'll know when it's right. It will feel charged. Optional: trace the final symbol onto a clean piece of paper, carve it into a candle, or paint it on a small stone. Step 4. Choose your charging method. Now, energize it. You can choose from meditation. Hold the sigil before you, breathe slowly, and enter a trance. Imagine it glowing with every inhale. Pour all your intent into it. Physical exertion. Dance, chant, drum. When energy peaks, gaze at the sigil and focus all power into it. Sexual energy. In the moment of climax, flash the sigil in your mind's eye. It's crude, yes, but incredibly potent. Whatever path you choose, immerse yourself fully. There must be no hesitation. Step 5. Release and forget. Once the sigil is charged, release it. Some options: burn it in the candle's flame. Bury it under a tree or in a potted plant. Cast it into moving water. Fold it, store it, and never look at it again. As you let it go, say inwardly or aloud, "It is done," and then walk away. Carry on with your life. The ritual is complete. Tips for success: don't overdo it. Avoid charging too many sigils at once. Focus gives power. Track your results only loosely, don't obsess. Many sigilists keep a sigil journal, but never revisit it too soon. Reinforce with action. If your sigil is for courage, do something brave. Sigils unlock doors. You still have to walk through them. When will it work? That is not for you to ask. Some manifestations are immediate. Others unfold in strange, poetic timing. A sigil may move people, shape choices, or guide you to exactly what you need, even if it doesn't look how you expected. Magic doesn't always obey the intellect, but it always obeys alignment. And once you've seen a sigil work, truly work, something inside you changes forever. You'll realize the boundary between thought and reality is far thinner than you were told. Next, we'll seal this ritual journey with a powerful conclusion that brings it all together and leaves you with a question only you can answer. The power was always yours. You've now stepped into a tradition older than language, richer than religion, and more personal than prayer. You've glimpsed the secret truth that mystics, magicians, and visionaries have whispered through centuries. The mind is not a prison. It is a temple, and within it, symbols are the keys that unlock creation. You've learned how to distill desire into essence, how to encode that essence into sacred shape, how to bypass the noisy gatekeeper of logic, and how to drop your intention like a seed into the fertile soil of the unconscious, where all true change begins. But here's the secret no one tells you until you've walked the path. The sigil is never just about getting the thing. It's about becoming the one who no longer needs to chase it. The act of creating and releasing a sigil shifts you. It demands clarity, presence, and courage. It aligns your inner world with your outer one, and it reminds you that you are not powerless in a chaotic world. You are a co-creator, dancing at the edge of the infinite. So before we part, I leave you with this. What would your life look like if you treated every thought, every image, every word as a brushstroke in the painting of your future? And more importantly, what are you ready to change right now? If you've watched this far, you're not just curious, you're called. So go, create your sigil, charge it, release it, and watch your reality begin to bend, subtly but surely, to your will. The world is not waiting, it is responding. Until next time, fellow seeker, may your symbols speak clearly, and your desires unfold with power. If this journey stirred something in you, subscribe, share this with someone who walks the unseen path, and let us know in the comments, what will your first sigil be for? The magic has begun. It's your move now.